Imagine a colossal machine built to conquer the world. It launches the first satellite into space, sends the first man orbiting Earth, and stands toe-to-toe with the mightiest nations. For decades, it seems unbreakable, a giant stretching across 11 time zones, home to hundreds of peoples, its red flag flying from Eastern Europe to the Pacific. Yet, on Christmas Day 1991, that flag came down forever. The Soviet Union, one of the two superpowers that shaped the 20th century, simply ceased to exist. How does an empire that powerful vanish almost overnight? The story begins with a dream. In 1917, revolutionaries promised a new world where workers would own everything and the state would plan a fair future for all. By the 1930s, a single government in Moscow decided what every factory would make, how much wheat every farm would grow, and what price every loaf of bread would cost. At first, the system roared forward. Steel mills rose, cities expanded, armies grew enormous. The machine looked invincible. But machines need accurate instructions to run smoothly, and as the country grew larger and more complex, Moscow could not possibly know what was truly needed in every corner of its vast land. A factory in Ukraine might be ordered to produce 1 million left boots, while another in Russia made 1 million right ones. Farms were told to deliver impossible harvests, so managers reported imaginary tons of grain to meet targets. Warehouses filled with goods nobody wanted, while stores stood empty of things people desperately needed: toothpaste, shoes, meat. Year after year, the gaps widened. People waited in long lines for basic goods. Bright engineers spent their days hunting for spare parts instead of inventing new things. Talented farmers grew vegetables in secret backyard plots because the big collective farms produced so little. The economy kept growing on paper, but in reality it was slowing, then stalling. To keep the world's respect, the Soviet leaders poured rivers of money into the military. They built thousands of tanks, missiles, and submarines to match the United States. Every ruble spent on weapons was a ruble not spent on roads, hospitals, or modern factories. The arms race became a heavy chain dragging the entire machine downward. In the 1980s, another blow struck. The Soviet Union had come to depend on selling oil and gas to the rest of the world. When global oil prices suddenly crashed, the money that paid for food imports and new technology vanished. The shelves grew even emptier. A new leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, saw the danger. He decided the machine needed repair. He loosened the rigid controls a little, urging factories to make what people actually wanted. He allowed open discussion so problems could be honestly named. He hoped careful fixes would save the system. But once people were free to speak, they spoke loudly. Workers complained about wasted years, young people demanded blue jeans and rock music. And most dangerously, the many nations inside the Soviet Union, Ukrainians, Lithuanians, Georgians, Kazakhs, and dozens more, began asking why they should obey orders from faraway Moscow. Pride in their own histories flared, calls for independence spread like wildfire. The central machine, already rusting and overloaded, could not hold the pieces together. In August 1991, worried officials tried to seize control and stop the changes. Tanks rolled into Moscow, yet ordinary citizens stood in their path, and the coup collapsed in days. Power slipped from the old center into the hands of leaders of the individual republics. By December, the republics chose to go their separate ways. 15 new countries emerged where one superpower had stood. The Soviet Union dissolved not with a war or invasion, but because its foundation, central control of everything, had quietly crumbled under its own weight. The colossus fell because it tried to plan an entire world from one room. In the end, no government, no matter how powerful, can know and direct every human need across a continent. Practical reality defeated the grand dream, and when the machine finally stopped, the world changed forever.